This is a very exciting moment on board Queen Mary 2 on her Royal Circumnavigation of Australia, because we're just now going around the tip of Cape York Peninsula, and that's the most northerly point on the Australian continent. So lots of Australians on board very excited to be seeing this unique view of their country. Well, we're here on Queen Mary 2 with Paul Brunton, Senior Curator of the State Library of New South Wales, and on board the Matthew Flinders journal and his historic priceless chart, I guess. So Paul, how would you compare this circumnavigation that Matthew Flinders is doing on Queen Mary 2 with what he did all those years ago?
Well, there's a couple of important differences. The most important difference, I suppose, is that Flinders was making a map as he went along. Although he did have Cook's map for parts of the coast, he was improving this, and of course there were parts of the coast for which there was no map. So he was making his chart, whereas today we have complete charts of the Australian coast. Another difference would, of course, have been Flinders' ship was slightly smaller. It was 33 metres in length. I don't know how long the Queen Mary 2 is, but I would imagine considerably in excess of that.
So just cast your mind into the world of imagination. What would Matthew Flinders be saying today if he knew that his journal and map were on this fantastic ship?
Well, I think he'd be gobsmacked, really. I don't think he could conceive of it. That these journals which he wrote sailing around the Australian coast are today travelling in a state-of-the-art ship around those same coasts just over 200 years later. He couldn't imagine the facilities we have on board, and I'd love for him to be able to come back and have a look, and I think he'd just be absolutely astounded.
And the interest from passengers is just astounding as well, isn't it?
It is. There's a real buzz, I think, to have these documents, these really precious documents of Australian history, retracing their route, if you like, 200 years later. And the atlas I'm opening every day at the part of the coast we're travelling along, and people are amazed at the detail that Flinders was able to put into those charts.
Well, Paul, thank you very much, and thank you for bringing these historic items on and looking after them so well.
My great pleasure, David.